All right, so we are going to wind it back a little bit to the morning of the 34th. The previous day, Phelan informed Galahadran that the Archbishop of Felmar wished to see her, or see him. So yeah, it is the day of the 34th. It is the day before the dinner party. So Galahadran, did you want to take the Archbishop up on their offer?
Sure, I'll go and hang out.
All right. Yeah, you are welcomed into the cathedral, and you are almost immediately led to uh, Archbishop Spade's personal quarter or personal office. Serena is still not there. He has the half-orc attendant who's been wheeling him around, and as you enter, he's like, "No, Galahadran, Galahadran, good boy, good sir. I'm so glad you could join me."
Always glad to be here. Excited
Yes.
to hear uh about whatever this is.
Oh yes, of course. It's a great opportunity. The Trinity has truly blessed us with a good take advantage of this situation. Ah, yes. Sit down. Can I get you anything to eat, drink? Are you hungry?
Yes, I would like sake. Your finest
I
sake.
don't know what that is. Get
Uh,
get 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 the young man some wine, some biscuits and such.
close. Very close.
There.
You know what it is.
Good, good, good. Uh, so yes. So I believe that I have found a way to make you an official paladin of the Bosmaran Church, but not just any paladin. I believe, my Sir Galahadran, that you have the qualities to be the next hand of the Trinity.
Oh, they don't have hands.
Well, it's a title.
Oh,
It is
well,
it is a title of a paladin who's devoted to all of the Trinity equally.
all right.
Yes, I believe that your circumstances of you being there to assist with Alina and her duties as a knight eternal in the coming thing. I believe that will be essential to your continued success and will allow you to have the full support of the church behind you.
All right. Well, what do I have to do?
So in order to become a hand of the Trinity, you must be approved by all three of the leaders of the church, and you must meet their qualifications for being a paladin. For the Church of Felmar, this is quite easy. That is my decision to make, and I deem that you are worthy. You have rediscovered a lost relic. You have stopped a heretical ritual to destroy other relics. You have done all that the paladins of Felmar entrusted in
That's
preserving
no.
the church's teachings and legacies and relics and such. For
Fantastic.
the Church of Carrick, I have spoken with Archbishop Greenfield, and he believes that your assistance in striking down demons who were deep into Basmaran territory, as well as of your group's own accord, hunting down the Houndmaster and slaying them as well. This is more than enough to get you his approval as well. Which just leaves the Church of Rithmus and Archbishop Hawthorne. The paladins of the Church of Rithmus are entrusted with typically hunting down oathbreakers and making sure that the citizens of the kingdom as well as the nobles uh, uphold their oaths and punish those who do not. So if you can prove to her that you are someone who is capable of doing this and of upholding oaths and hunting down oathbreakers, and if you can do it before Rithmas Day, then
Well,
we can
that's
make you a
easy.
hand of the Trinity.
That's easy. I can't break an oath.
Okay, it's wonderful. No, I did not ever assume that you were
No, I
the
mean
sort
I can't.
of man who would do such a thing. I mean, you need to demonstrate to her. So is there any achievements or accolades that you can bring as evidence to her to gain her support in this?
I have never lied.
Okay, but
I
this
I once outdrank a satyr at a party. I
this is about holding others accountable.
I'm not very people often tell the truth to me.
Hmm,
I'm very inspiring.
I think we'll have to workshop this. Uh,
Uh,
we have 2 weeks.
I can compel people to tell the truth.
Oh, that's useful in certain situations. Yes, as a law mage and such. Hmm, I was really hoping you'd have something just in your pocket.
In my well, let me look in my pockets. Hold on. Uh, let's see. Uh, I've got some. Mm,
Just keep it in mind. Workshop it. I'll see what I
javelins.
can find. But yes, I was just wanted to let you know of this opportunity and see if you were interested in doing this. Would be a historical accomplishment for the Kingdom of Bosmar and the Church of Bosmar. We would greatly put our faith in you in helping to guide this nation into its future.
I have a portable ram in my pocket.
Mm. I don't think.
I don't think that'll help.
Mm,
I feel like it looks helpful. Is if there's an
unlikely.
oath breaker, I can knock down their door.
No, that is true, but we would need to find one of important enough standing for,
Find an oath. That's what you want. You want me to find an oath breaker?
or if you have, yeah, something along those lines.
Um, the uncle. The uncle.
Did
We've
did
got an
you
uncle.
did you see to their punishment for breaking an oath?
Yes,
Did you reveal?
I saw his punishment personally. Yes,
Oh, that's not the same. It's not the same thing.
I'm being exact here.
Hmm. I will think on it.
I
I will do
challenged
some
him to a
research.
duel. I was fully ready to duel him.
Oh, how did it turn out?
I had to. He said I had to duel Abel,
Hmm.
so we didn't.
Well, see if okay, we'll have to work on this. But yes, okay, but we're on the same page. Is it something that you are willing to work towards and to take upon yourself this great burden of responsibility?
Yeah.
Good. I will let me research this. I will keep in touch. If you have any questions, I'm sure that Archbishop Hawthorne would be more than happy to speak with you about it as well.
Sure.
Good man.
Thanks for
Good
all the
man.
wine.
Yes, please. Yeah, no, take the bottle.
Oh, he already.
Oh,
He was.
well, it's an empty bottle.
Okay. Well, he takes a new bottle.
All right, yeah, that's it. That's what he wanted to bring to your attention, that opportunity.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else that people want to do the day before the dinner party? No. All right. Uh, the next day, as you are all getting prepared to go to the dinner party, Phelan and Alina decide they decide that they're going to go and do something else, and they leave a note just saying, apologies, tracking down something that came up with Serena. Please enjoy the party without us.
Well, we could follow them, though. We could really derail this. But I did say I was going to be at the party.
Yep. So that is what they are doing. You guys head to the Chelton Castle manor that is in the city. It is not your uncle's primary residence. He has an actual mansion and stuff in his lands that's further along the river to the southeast. But he does keep a sizable house, as many important noble families do, in the capital. You are greeted by his staff, who bring you to the dining room. Abel, Galahadran, and Marrow, have you guys dressed up for this at all? Marrow, have you brought dirt and scrap? What are we going into this with?
I've got my fine clothes on. I would probably do my best to make sure that Galahadran and Marrow were also presentable.
Yeah, I'm probably borrowing more clothes.
Don't you have?
Yeah, she just, I don't know.
Last time I borrowed your clothes. Because my fine clothes are like, I've got leafy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not really been in fashion for a couple of years. I think I've got something.
What is it?
The
Extremely fashionable doublet.
Extremely fashionable doublet with
Okay.
poofy sleeves and poofy
sleeves.
pants.
Oh, okay. I make it look good.
Yeah. Well, obviously. And then, how cooperative would Marrow be to being gussied up a little bit?
She's not like super interested in that. She'll settle for a bath.
Okay. That's yeah. I think that's probably a good compromise.
Do you get Marrow like a fancy collar or anything?
How about a hat?
Yeah.
Well, she already
Top
has.
hat.
She has a fancy hat collar, doesn't she? She's got one that looks like one of those magic collars.
Oh yeah. No. Okay. And then Marrow, are you bringing dirt and scrap along? It's also a question of, do you have dirt and scrap out, or are they like hiding in your shadow?
I think that they'll just they'll stay back.
They're gonna miss the party.
Alright. Just need to know whether I should have their tokens on here. Okay. So you guys arrive at the party. The other guests arrive as well, and you are shown to their seats. Count Gavin is a bit flustered that Alina and Phelan are not here. He's like, I need to rethink the seating order. There'll be too many gaps, my dear boy Abel. How could you do this to me?
I'm so
How do you
sorry.
start scooting chairs around?
Oh no! Leave that to me, Galahadran. Give me 5. Farnsworth, grab the spoon. They make sure people can't get into the dining room until it has been reconfigured for 2 less people, and then after it's open, you are shown in, and you are all shown to your seats. Marrow, you are placed at the end of the table nearest to the door, along with, on either side of you, 2 other dogs. One of whom is I think that Abel would know that it is a Scarlet Retriever. It's just like a Golden Retriever, except red, with like very luscious flowing locks. And then the other one is more of a sort of like small teacup dog. I'm gonna actually say that's the breed of the dog. Just a teacup dog.
Does it fit in a teacup?
It probably could. It's a very small dog. Abel, just by proximity to his cousin, would know that they are bred by gnomes, and that's where the breed originally came from. Marrow, as you come in, the Scarlet Retriever, who was seated themselves first, sees you come in, gets off of the chair and bows as you enter.
The dog?
The dog bows to Marrow.
Wow.
It's an impressive trick. Did you teach him that?
Oh, it's not a. No, I don't think I did. I gave it that collar that made it smart, so it's been doing a lot of things. But I don't. And you would also know that this is your uncle's dog Rhea, who is the mother of your cousin's dog Rhea. They just gave the same breed of dog the same name.
That's confusing.
I feel like that happens a lot, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bows at Marrow, and sort of Rhea looks up and says in common, so everybody else can hear it. It's like, "Welcome, Your Grace. I was not expecting such a ostentatious visitor."
Wait.
The Rhea's speaking to you, Marrow.
Holds
Oh,
the
I
bow,
should
just
be
sort of
paying
looks up at
attention,
Marrow.
huh?
Yeah. There is a fancy-looking dog who, as you entered the room, got up from the chair it was sitting in, bowed to you, and just greeted you with, "My Grace, I did not know that such an important figure would be here."
Meryl just slightly inclines her head, in the bitchy way that queens do. In
So are we talking
in my
British
country.
queens or RuPaul queens?
Like British queens,
Okay.
royalty, yeah.
Yeah, she looks up at you and just holds the bow until you pass and take your the chairs at what I will call the dog end of the dining room have had the cushions reinforced over nice plush almost small dog beds in them, and a bit more raised so that dogs can sit and still be at what would be a people's eye level. Both of the dogs are also wearing the fancy collars of intellect that you have seen around town. The little teacup dog just shakes a bit as Meryl enters and just looks at her. Just hi.
Sorry, I'm not formulating thoughts right now. She's visibly a little off put by the excitement, but sorry, trying to think. Trying to figure out what Meryl would do in this situation. It's new for both of us. Okay.
Yeah. There is one fancy dog that has gotten down and bowed to you, and there is another literal teacup sized dog that is just sitting in his chair and just looking at you. Just it looks like a very fancy chihuahua.
I think she doesn't really regard them very much because they're so this is what dogs have been bred to, right? My God.
Yep.
Doesn't really say anything, just gives them kind of a side eye. If there's hero worship going on, she definitely hurts their feelings.
It's more one of them at least is showing you treating you like dog nobility as a member of the wait staff who is like showing you all to your seats pulls out the chair and indicates for you to sit. The human wait staff indicates for you to sit in the chair.
Yeah. Meryl, I mean, she'll sit down, right?
That
She's
is-
gonna be on good behavior. She doesn't want to be here in the first place, right? This is a lot. To like, she was literally 5 hours ago digging around in the trash. So like, that's where she wants to be at.
How odd a situation for the wait staff. Like a human wait staff waiting on what they perceive to be just 3 uplifted pets.
Fucking dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
They're just
Huh?
like,
Like acknowledging that
Two-
Marrow is a full person.
The wait
they're like,
staff don't seem to be that perturbed or bothered by it.
I mean,
yeah. Mero's just like, I don't know. Just like, my God. I think maybe she says something kind of mean, like not outright fighting words, but kind of mean about like them dressing up for this situation.
The
Something. The vibes of the joke or comment is something like hunting bows, but not in a good way, right? There's a pun in there about hunting bows, right? Like decorative
it
bows,
sounds
not
better.
like
It sounds
actual-
better in Nolish.
Yeah. I mean, like, assume. Listen, I can't come up with it right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But like something like under her breath about that, about like what a sorry state these puppies are, because
Yep.
they're not even like little rats to her, because at least rats can find their own food.
Yeah. Well, as after you sit down, the Scarlet Retriever gets back up into their chair and sits. The household staff who showed you to your seat looks to you, Marrow, and it's like, Sir Marrow, for your steak this evening, would you prefer it to be cooked or raw?
Hold on, just gonna have to let dogs in.
Well, as they're doing that, because that's...
Lord Owen is Thancred.
Yeah, so...
That's Thancred.
So here's the thing. I get a lot of my art from a few artists I follow on Patreon. And one of them draws a lot of Tancred, and I figured I'm paying for this art. I might as well use some of it. And I knew that they did a lot of Tancred. I did not realize until I went to specifically, I thought that'd be funny to look for specifically a picture Tancred. I could not find any where it was just them and they weren't, and their face was compromised in some way.
Okay. Sorry, I'm back.
Compromised.
I just had to. It's like 30 degrees outside, so I can't leave the babies out there for too
Yeah,
long.
no worries. But yeah, the
Damn
wait
it,
staff
that's
asks you if you
good.
would like your steak cooked or raw.
Okay, I can't come up with something witty. I think she just said something. I don't know.
It doesn't need
Not
to be
like
witty.
use
You
your-
can just
not
give them a
like
direct
use-
answer.
Not like. What did she say? There's one right answer. Figure it out.
No, there's not. You can just say whatever.
No. That's what she says. There's one.
Oh.
There's one right answer. No, actually, I don't know that Marrow's. Listen, I can't be mean to wait staff, even in a game.
Yeah.
Hard.
You know what I mean? Listen, they have to put up with so much shit from other people. I don't think that Marrow is aware of this.
This is a fantasy realm. We can be polite to wait staff. They deserve
Yeah.
it.
No, I think she's just like, what do you think?
We could.
Or something like, I know these puppies, or hold on, something about like, you might be used to court dogs, but I'm not a dog. I'm not from the court. like she can handle a little raw meat.
I'm no tame butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little teacup dog is like, I'm ground and sautéed. Of course, Mistress Lily.
Needs it mashed. Needs.
Then the Scarlet Retriever's like, I shall have mine very rare, like Master Marrow's. Very good. They go, and they take everybody else's order, but everybody else isn't dogs, so it's not nearly as funny. For the humanoids at the table, Abel, you recognize, of course, your cousin who is sitting across from you, and the Countess von Euban, who is the Countess of Trentham. The other people, your uncle introduces as, yes, so this is my great nephew, I would like to consider, Abel Whitewater, as well as his companions, Master Merriver at the end, and Sir Galahadran, who I believe is a paladin who is in the Abel's warband with Sir Alina, who will be in a few weeks, just pledging themselves as one of the royal knights, as well as Sir Galahadran's guest, Envoy Treganwell from Avency. Over here we have Miss Countess Tiffany's guest, Lord Owen Burnett, who is from a visitor from Chorus, I believe. And then as well, my personal friend here from the city, who I invited, Mira Wolfhart, who is the purveyor of Mira's Exotic Goods, who supplied the caller for my lovely Rhea that allows her to converse with me. It's very good, polite conversation. Yeah, they both sort of bow their heads at the introductions. All right. So, Abel, it's on Rithmus's Day. You will be officially, your warband will officially become Royal Knights. Congratulations. We're very proud of you.
Thank you. It's a very exciting time.
Yes.
Eilina deserves the honor.
I believe she does. I'm sorry that I could not celebrate it with her when she was here. I was very much looking forward to that.
Yes, it's unfortunate that she was taken away by such urgent business unexpectedly.
It happens. It happens. All right. Are there any conversations that any of you would like to instigate with the other guests before I have them sort of go against you?
I'd like to ask Rhea if it's weird whenever you take the collar off and put it back on again.
It feels a bit fuzzy without it off compared to what I'm used to with it on, but it's also very hard to take off. You need to de-attune to it, I believe the process was described to me.
Huh.
As it's like waking up from a nap.
Uh-huh. You consider yourself the same person when you're wearing the collar as when you're not wearing the collar?
I don't know who else I would be. It's just this way I can better express myself.
Oh, okay. Philosophy solved. That's it.
No.
Oh, no, I'll ask Lord Owen. So you're a scion. No, I
Do
don't
you
do
actually
that.
ask him that?
No, I don't. That's a Final Fantasy joke.
Yeah.
I tried to bring Moogles in here, Thancred. They wouldn't let me.
Strictly prohibited. TSA would check those at the RV agricultural people. Just check those invasive species.
Oh man, we can't get a little bit of introducing invasive species in here?
I mean, there's demons.
That's true. Yeah.
Ah, so
Maybe
what's a
not those
Moogle?
invasive species.
I think in the cosmology of the world that you guys understand, Moogles would probably be considered demons.
I mean,
Anything from outside the world, yeah.
They
well,
don't have a broad context of things from outside the world besides demons. That's as
like
far as you guys are aware.
postmen.
That's it.
They're just postmen. They deliver mail.
I think Abel has his suspicions about Galahadran based on what he said, but he's too polite to say it, and he's also a
What?
little bit. Well, because you've talked about being from outside.
Yeah, I've said I've been really direct. You don't need suspicions. You know exactly where I'm
Yeah.
from. What do you mean suspicions?
Well, so I guess he's had some thoughts about privately about like how those things connect.
Huh.
There must be more than one place, right? It's obviously not all bad out there if Galahadran came from it.
That's true. I never heard of the demon, guys.
Abel would.
I want to make it clear. You, in retrospect, have heard of demons. You just
Yeah.
didn't pay attention.
Just didn't pay attention. That's right.
Oh, Parf's internet cable got chewed up.
Oh,
No! Bad
All
dog.
right, I got what jokes. We'll if she gets back, I'll do some interactions on that side of the table.
Okay. I would like to check in with Gracie and just like see how she's been doing, since everything, making sure that she's okay, basically. See what she's been up to.
Okay, go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
I should really become proficient in this.
She seems a bit withdrawn, and such. She answers back to any of your like questions, just like politely, but not really engaging in much conversation.
She's,
Uh,
she's got that 1,000-yard stare still.
a bit.
Yeah.
It's, every now and then, like your uncle also tries to rope her in the conversations, and Lord Burnett, as well, tries to sort of probe her a few times, but she's
He would.
Yeah, she's there.
Um,
I really have to emphasize, the only thing I know from Thancred is the very beginning of the desert place, and then a lot of porn.
Do you mean the Waking Sands?
no, because he started as a gladiator, right? So he started in
Yeah.
Ul'dah.
Was he in Ul'dah?
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
scion that you meet with your in Ul'dah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, a lot happens to that man. I don't think,
yes, a lot does happen to that man.
Yeah. Everybody wants his body, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, well, apparently. There's probably a deeper meaning to that, not to my statement. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Do I want to check in with anybody else? I guess I'm curious about, because you said Owen is Tiffany's guest, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And introduced as from Chorus, which is we just want to bring up.
Yeah, that would be helpful, thank you.
So you guys are in Bosmar.
Yeah.
Chorus is down here.
Oh wow, so he came a long way.
Yes. Go ahead and make a history check.
Attributes. Put these up here. Man, I should have been a skill monkey.
Alright. So, what you know of Chorus is that it's...
Oh wait, I think it didn't apply my...
Oh, you just rolled a 14? Alright, what's your history?
I think it's like +1.
Okay.
Let's see. It is +1, yes. So
15.
15.
15, okay. So what you know of Chorus is not much. It is the furthest flung of all of the... what were originally the Imperial provinces. It's kind of the Quebec of Aventicuum. It's got a radically different culture than the rest of it. It was like the last place that was sort of unified and such, and still keeps standoffish. It has a lot of... It's the least of Aventicuum culturally of the rest of the kingdoms. Even like...
So it's like
England,
like England and Scotland, where it's kind of like... That's
Yeah.
the furthest they got, but they weren't there for very long.
Yeah. Like Carthia and Xeros are also pretty far away from Avency, but they were very fully integrated early on and like a big part of the military apparatus. Horus is just like out there. They don't really participate much in international things outside of dealing with their immediate neighbors. That's really as much as you know. You have not met many people from Chorus.
Okay, well, so he's interesting then.
Yes.
I think I
And
would.
if anybody were to meet someone from Chorus, it would be, the Countess of the largest trading city in Bosmar.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start up a conversation with Tiffany and Owen and be like, so how do you guys know each other? How did what business is or what's Owen like? Why is Owen out so far from home? How does he like the place? That kind of thing. Like, just general like conversation.
Yes. Believe Lord Burnett here. He is visiting. He is sort of inspecting, I believe, looking into various business opportunities here, and he's like, yes, I've never been to Bosmar before. This region has always intrigued me. You hear so much about Aventicuum, but you never know what's true and what's not. Just getting a lay of the land. It's all very new experience for me. You have quite some interesting takes on the world around you here.
Oh? So what stands out to you?
It's very, very insular here. There's not much knowledge of sort of foreign cultures or anything like that.
And
It's all
nobody's heard of the Court of Summer.
sort of looks over you, Galahadran. It's like the Court of Summer. The Court of Summer. Now, where would that be?
Summertime.
That's quite an amusing answer. And where are you from, Galahadran? You do not strike me particularly as Bosmaran either.
I am from Summer. Beyond the north wind, 3 times around an oak tree, that sort of thing.
I see. And what brings you to Aventicuum?
I'm here to be the new Green Knight. I played a knoll.
Oh, very interesting.
It was a little sad, but he did blow up. I think he earned it. He was pretty bad.
Say it one more time. What?
She's referencing the Houndmaster, I believe.
Houndmaster.
Okay, first I missed something, and I was like, the Green Knight did not blow up.
No.
No.
Interesting. Yes. No, I have. Are you a paladin? I've heard of
Yes.
such a thing. We don't really have those where I'm from.
You don't have paladins?
It's a bit of a foreign concept.
Really? Oh. How do you do your ceremonies?
We do have knights, but there's not a lot of overlap between those positions and Avency religions.
Well,
Does Chorus not have the Trinity?
Oh, Chorus does have the Trinity. It's myself. It's not something that I am as familiar with.
That is very different.
Ah, yes. Sort of, the Countess sort of chimes in. It's like, oh yes, he brought me so many wonderful exotic seeds as well. I've put them in my private collection in the botanical gardens. I would love to show you them if you ever visit Trentham again.
Yeah,
Very lively things.
lively, you say? In what way?
Yes. Oh, they're very, very vibrantly colored. I've never seen
Ooh.
them here in Bosmar or any, even though I've considered myself quite a purveyor of exotic plants, even from Ismar. But no, Chorus has quite some exquisite flora. There's even some that if you touch them, they move. It's very interesting.
I've seen that.
Oh, have you?
Yes. Yeah, some plants never stop running away.
Oh,
Egg
oh my.
races. Yes.
Well, if you ever come across the seeds of those, I would love to add them to my collection if possible.
I don't think they'd appreciate that.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty, attached to those.
hmm.
They want to choose how, their seedlings grow up. You know how parents are.
I was not expecting that. And like Lord Burnett laughs and is like, ah, yes, there are some. There are many wondrous flowers out in the world. If I am able to track some down, I'd be more than happy to share.
Well, as long as the flowers are happy.
Oh, no, do. And then, as you guys are having this conversation, Miss Traganwell keeps on trying to draw Galahadran's attention to her and away from the other side of the table.
All right, he'll lean over. Yes.
It's like, oh, so, what were you planning on doing after this party?
I don't plan for most anything. I live in the present. I'm pretty radically mindful.
Oh, good. Well, after this is quite a lovely sort of dinner here, but after this, if you'd like to join me for some private drinks at the embassy, I would be more than happy to treat you to some more rare vintages.
Sure.
There's an opportunity I'd like to share with you in private.
Sure. That sounds wonderful.
Excellent, excellent. Let's
Wow,
see.
2 parties, 1 day. How exciting.
2 parties 1 day. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep talking with Tiffany about the plans and be complimentary and talk about how Galahadran and I went and saw them, and we'd love to see her private collection next time we're in town.
I would love to show you. It's also I hear from Gavin that you are also quite an accomplished alchemist.
I dabble, yes. It's been very useful, much more useful in recent weeks than I had ever thought it would be.
Oh, here I was led to believe that you were quite an experienced businessman.
Oh yeah. The business side of things, sure. Did you have something in mind? You said Burnett was looking for some business. Perhaps we should have a conversation later.
Oh, we certainly can. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be in the city for. I have some other personal urgent matters that I must attend to, but I will certainly be through Trintham again on my way out. And then he turns over and starts trying to strike a conversation up with Gracie. Go ahead and make insight checks, Galahadran and Abel. Well, yeah, because Parth isn't here. What am I saying?
All right. Let's see. Insight.
All right, Galahadran, Rebecca keeps on trying to take your attention.
Playing footsie.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Very much just like, yeah. And then Abel, you notice that while Burnett is sort of making conversation with people around him, his eyes do go over to Galahadran and Rebecca quite often.
I silently wonder to myself what they could possibly mean.
Let's see. And as the other conversation is going, Tiffany sort of leans over and in a lower, like more private conversation with you, Abel's like, I must admit, your uncle has been telling me stories of you for a while now. Oh, nothing.
Complimentary,
Nothing
I should hope.
Oh, no, it's always a bit flattering. He does speak of you as if you are just, another one of his grandchildren, even though I know that is not technically the case. And I must admit, they clashed a bit with some rumors that I heard from other colleagues who are familiar with life at the Academy. I was Heard quite the tale of your activities there.
I was well connected.
Very so. Very astute, successful businessman. That's something I can admire, which is why I was very surprised when I heard of the more recent developments. And I must say, Abel, I know that I gave my condolences when we first met at the competition, but I must say, I do admire how you handled the upholding your own honor despite your uncle's activities. That's something that is very hard to do, and I think you should be commended for that. For all the terrible circumstances surrounding it, I could not mesh the tales that I have heard from gossip with the character of a man who would stand his ground like that.
Well, some things are just too far even for me. It's all, you know, it's all well and good to have a bit of harmless fun on the side, but when it comes down to the wire, I suppose I surprised even myself.
Integrity can get the better of us sometimes. From across the table, Mira sort of like clears her throat because nobody's really talking to her much, and she's like, "So, uh, hmm, Abel, you said you were an alchemist.
That's correct, yes.
Oh, do you dabble? What sorts of magical potions do you dabble in? I am quite a brewer myself. Have you ever been to my store since in the city, Mira's Exotic Goods?
Yes, I've stopped by.
Excellent, excellent. We sell many wonderful things. I supplied via the collars for both the Countess and Count's dogs over there.
Yes, they're quite
Looks like
interesting
you actually
devices.
procured one for yours as well.
Yes. Do you want me to make a deception check on that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Is with advantage. She's not. I don't think she could. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like,
It's a wonderful device. I just couldn't bear to not have one of my own. I mean, I'm sure Gavin, or sorry, I forget, out of character. Am I on first name terms with Gavin? Assume I am.
he's technically your uncle. So do you call your
Okay.
uncle first name?
Yeah, I'd probably say Uncle Gavin or something.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could definitely say that. He's very casual and chill about all
Yeah.
that.
This, I'm sure Uncle Gavin would agree that it's opened up new horizons and perspectives that are quite fascinating to explore.
Oh, indeed, indeed. Ah, very, very excited to hear that. They're quite the hit in the city. Well, if there's ever any other goods that your warband is looking to procure, I have quite the network of sourcing of exotic materials.
You know, considering what we've been dealing with recently, I'll probably be taking you up on that.
Of
A
course,
good,
of course.
I know the value of a good supplier, and I kind of wink at Tiffany.
Ah, good to hear. And if there's anything in your duties that you come across that is you think might be of particular value, please let me know. I'm more than happy to procure rare ingredients from people as well.
Yes, I'll keep my eye out.
Hmm?
Let's see. So I guess I'll to make polite conversation with Mira, Abel will ask about like the more details about the collars and like how they're constructed and do they work on animals besides dogs?
What
Okay.
happens when you put them on a person?
Yeah, go ahead. She will give you an explanation. Go ahead and make Arcana checks to see how much you follow it. DC is like 20, so. Okay, she rattles off a lot of arcane mumbo jumbo for how they function, for like the way that the runes have to be interset and they need to be applied to the neck because that's like the spinal cord and then it goes up. Blah, 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 blah. At the question of what do they do to humans, it's like, well, they technically do work on humans, but they only bring your intelligence up to a human level. They're not particularly useful outside of a few specific cases. There have been we have sold some of those for that purpose to some nobles with disappointing progeny. We had to make them a bit more discreet than just collars in that case, though. They're technically a downscaled design from ancient relics that we have some access to that are designed as headbands to increase human intellect to like a higher level, but these are more scaled down versions that we can produce with our current techniques. The older ones are, unfortunately, we are unable to replicate the works of the great smiths of the empire.
Well, it still sounds like it's a step in the right direction. If you can reproduce the basics, then that's a platform to improve.
That is indeed the goal. I'm glad that you understand. You're quite an eye for enterprise.
Yes, it's
That's what people keep saying.
it's because it's true.
I don't know. Alright. Just trying to make sure that I hit all my talking points here. Skipping by the ones that are people who are not here anymore. Galahadran, the playing footsies is going to escalate to a hand sort of like brushing your thigh from Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, and she is going to like lean forward and start whispering something in your ear, and as she does, Lord Burnett sort of clears his throat heavily, and it's like, oh, and I believe the Count said that you were from Avency, correct, Miss, what was it, Flagenfell?
Oh no.
She sort of like narrows her eyes a bit, sort of looks him a bit, and then puts on like a, that mask of a smile sort of thing. It's like, that would be Envoy Traganwell, and yes, I am from the Regency. I know it's probably a bit too central for someone from Chorus to understand the position there, but yes. He's like, yes, no, it's didn't necessarily peg you as from Avency. You looked far too alive and preserved for that. Sort of narrows him a glare. So yeah, they're kind of having that biting back and forth with you kind of in between Galahadran.
Can I do an insight check on Burnett to see?
Do you need to? Do you need to?
I feel like I do, but I want game confirmation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that Abel is smart enough to infer that there is something about Rebecca that he does not particularly like. And I will say, just because it's you making it as well, this is Rebecca's your guys' addition to the party. Gavin did not invite her, and you look over at your uncle, and he's just like, oh boy, Abel, you really need to vet the guests a bit more. Not sure why the envoy is antagonizing Lord Burnett here.
Well, we're all friends here. This is a friendly gathering. It's a celebration.
No, yes, no, this is quite a celebration. Desserts, and he sort of clinks his glass, and the waitstaff bring out cakes and such like that. As the Vertis start, I think Burnett would turn to Galahadran. It's like, so Galahadran, how long are you planning to stay here in Bosmar?
Well, I think that there is a coronation happen, or not, a knighting ceremony happening soon, and then after that, I'm gonna go wherever Abel goes because I am indebted to him. So really, he's kind of the schedule master at this point.
Really? So you plan to not going to return to where did you say you were from again? Summer?
Summer, yes. Summer, I'm sure will come around again.
Well, yes, but winter and spring first.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine.
Okay. Well, you have no obligations back home.
Unfortunately, I do have some obligations back home, but they're typically not very time sensitive. Also, I don't have a good way of getting back there anyway, so trying my best. I'm not really sure how. So,
Oh well, I know it's probably hard to find a boat leaving Avency from this side of the Inner Cerulean, but and I'm sure that you could probably find passage to wherever you were going in Chorus.
in chorus, maybe.
Yes, we have many ports that deal with foreign vessels.
Oh, well, I'll check there.
If you ever need some assistance, I would be more than happy to help you get home.
Everyone is so helpful and nice. It's wonderful. We should do dancing.
Rebecca is kind of just go, oh, I would love to do some dancing. We should, as soon as dessert is done, I know the perfect place. We should go there. Just us. She shoots a look at Burnett, who just smiles at her.
I don't know. Parties are sort of fun. We could stay here and have he's look Abel's uncle looks like he has an orchestra or something. He can pull out at any moment.
What? No, they're not supposed to be here tonight.
This dancing sounds like a wonderful idea.
No, I can. If I have the night off, boy,
Well,
my violin is a bit rusty.
Whoa, and that's a lovely tattoo on your neck. Where'd you get that?
Is there a tattoo on his? Oh yeah, it's underneath the little
the
slut
little
collar.
band, yeah.
It's like, oh, this old thing. Actually, just that's what. Got it as part of a bet. I don't know.
Part of the bet.
Like, I don't want to say it's not there, but it's there. So
I mean,
Yep,
you want to know what it is in canon?
it's part of a bet. And we just established that.
was
No.
it part of a bet?
No,
No.
Oh,
it's his PhD.
Yeah,
oh, it's his
that's-
PhD. Oh, okay.
You get a PhD, you get a tattoo. That's how it works.
There you go. Well, sure, but he will explain that. It's like, oh yes, in chorus when you blah 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 blah.
When you graduate, you get okay. What an interesting cultural practice.
You got yours on your neck. You must be pretty proud of it.
You know, I don't always mean to show off, but when it's something particularly impressive, you know,
What
Flaunt
did
it,
you
flaunt
what did
it
you
if you
get your
got it.
PhD in?
Oh boy. Theater.
Theater, really? You're an actor?
Yes.
A
Ah,
performer of some
I like to
kind?
think of myself as, you know, actor, writer, director, just
Oh, you do it all.
anything with the arts. It's my true passion. I'm here on business, unfortunately, but you know, make everywhere you go a play.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. We are really just players in stories.
Let's see. This is a lot shorter. that I planned because we're missing 3 people.
What about the wall thing?
I don't think that's I was talking about the shortness. I think that's fine. That's expected, considering there's
Yeah.
less than half the party here.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
Alright.
We
Well,
can
as
play
the
Spin
party
the Bottle.
winds down...
Ancient Fey game involving a bottle.
I don't
Fey.
think that works with present company.
Nah, not particularly. I think that as the party is winding down, Rebecca is definitely going to try to grab you, Galahadran, and go elsewhere to continue the night of dinnering and partying and such.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, I'll follow her, I suppose.
Okay.
If she's leading, I'm following.
And then Tiffany would likewise just sort of like, oh, Abel, would you mind accompanying me on a stroll through the neighborhood? I do like to see as all the lights come on.
Sure.
Alright, so you guys excuse yourselves. Marrow scarfs down their food, and then Gavin also gives him the portions that were prepared for Phelan and Alina.
We've left Marrow all alone.
Marrow is a big girl. She can take care of herself.
Yep.
Look at that chihuahua, though.
I think the chihuahua would barely be a mouthful.
Oh, yeah. Alright. So, let us go, roll initiative against each other, just to see who's going to go first.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. It won't let me just click a button.
Utility. There's no combat encounter.
Oh, sorry. Okay, it's going to be Abel. I forgot. I forgot there was such a disparity there. Okay, so Abel, as the Countess is sort of lets you lead her through the neighborhood. It's a nice, part of the town. It's where your uncle's a count. Like he's as high up there as you're gonna get without being a marquis. He's from an old sort of family, and she's sort of goes. I was like, there was some awkward tension between Lord Burnett and Miss Tregonwell. I'm not sure what that was about.
Yeah, that was curious.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know that Chorus is pretty far removed from the rest of Aventicuum, but I never heard of them being outright hostile to Avency. If that was the case, I probably would have warned your uncle about that. It's my apologies if he was rude to your guest. If my guest was rude to yours.
Oh, it's no offense is taken. She did seem to be acting a little bit forward around Galahadran.
Yeah, a bit clingy. Can't say I'm surprised from what I know of her and Avencian nobles in particular. They're a bit forward, in my experience. Not necessarily something I've been comfortable with, and I have had both the pleasure and misfortune of meeting many representatives from Avency. They are a bit of a mixed bag.
I see. They give you some trouble then.
It's very rare when you are the heir to the most prosperous city in the region to speak with people who should have a much lower rank, but act as if they are your betters. I try not to have too much of a head about myself, just all together, but I do find that in that particular situation, it does rub me the wrong way. I'm not going to lie. But I don't know, that's probably a boring subject for you. I'm not sure how many grievances you have against Aventicuum ambassadors and business people?
Well, Rebecca and I go back, so we knew each other in school.
Oh, so you were the one who introduced them.
Hmm?
Who introduced Rebecca to Galahadran?
Yes. We
Well, that's kind of you.
Well, it was just part of our business. He just happened to be there.
Ah, okay. Interesting. So, where do you see yourself now that things are starting to, not sure if settle down, unwind? Seems like you've had a chaotic few recent month, and you've got a big change coming ahead of you as well. I hope that you're handling it well. I know that your uncle says that he tries to make himself there for you, but if you, I don't know, if you're looking for an outside perspective on things, just an unbiased ear, I'm more than happy to assist.
Well, I must say, yes, it has been quite difficult. A lot's happened. But overall, I think I'm happy to have met the people that I did, Galahadran in particular. But I always have room for more friends. And I put the emphasis on friends.
Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. Oh, I see. Then why did you invite Rebecca?
She could be very insistent, and Galahadran is somewhat oblivious.
Oh, that's no good. Well,
But he
can't say I'm
is
not.
he is very honorable. So
Though I don't mean to, put any ill words towards him. I hope you understand. It's more.
yes, I'm just explaining why I'm not worried.
Ah, that's a good peace of mind to have. Though I must say, I am a bit disappointed. It's been a. Must be in all honesty, your uncle has been talking you up to me for years, and I never was quite interested based on what I had heard. But then, hearing of sort of your more recent actions and seeing you in the arena, I was growing a bit interested. But if that's not in the current cards, then so be it. But do let me know if that changes. You're quite the interesting fellow.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
I must say I
and
appreciate your taste in plants at the very least.
the invitation is still open. I'm not rescinding that.
Yes, I do would like to come just with Galahadran.
Oh no, of course. I'm not going to get in between two members of a war band who have something going on between them. That seems like a good way to make a situation messy. No.
It would.
And it's
If you're looking
yes.
for, if you're in the market, I'll certainly keep an ear out for.
I'm in a very specific market. It's hard to find someone with a combination of competence and integrity.
Yes, I imagine that it is.
Yes. But no. Oh, and I have kept you from playing interference with. Well, I have had a lovely evening. If there's other things that you need to attend to, I more than understand. I can find my way back to your uncle's place.
Yes, the city streets are very safe here. Should probably
Yes, especially.
go and check
Yes,
in,
well,
as it were.
I wish you the best of luck with that, Abel.
Thank you. I wish you luck as well.
Thank you. She heads off back to the mansion. Uh, Galahadran, Rebecca says, it's like, oh, come on, I know no great place. We can have some fancier drinks. We can dance. It'll be a wonderful time. And do you follow her?
Yeah.
All right, she leads you back to the Avency embassy.
Okay. Oh, this is your workplace.
Well, this is also, where I live in Coors. We do have very good facilities for entertaining and dancing. Here, come in, and you know, because you've been here before. The interior of the Avency sort of embassy is very lavish.
Mhm.
They consider themselves like the old money, things in marble and gold trim and such like that. Uh, and she leads you to sort of like a small ballroom. Like, it's definitely a little room designed for like more like intimate sort of dancing parties. There are some figures in a corner who are sort of dressed in blues and blacks with like gold masks on their face that sort of obscure their full face and their necks and such, that are just like standing in the corner, just holding instruments at the ready, like pick them up as you guys come in the room almost reflexively.
Oh, cool masks.
Yes, no, I love them. They're always so just such good taste. Uh, and she directs them to start playing like a fancy. It's like, oh, waltz number 55. Blah blah. I
Mhm.
don't know what music sounds like. And they start playing a song,
Oh,
and she sort of aggressively takes your hand and starts just like dancing with you in the middle of the room.
oh, okay. So she leading? A waltz is a leader and a follower.
She is leading, yes.
Okay, and a waltz is always in 3 steps, so you know.
Yep. So yeah, she's leading. It's like, see, isn't this is much better than that other party. I do appreciate the invitation, but it's I don't know, the culture here in Bossmar, it's nothing like what you can find in Avency.
Oh yes, what's Avinci like?
Oh, just the grandest buildings I've ever seen. It was the heart of the empire. It's just the most, so much more refined, so much more cultured, so much older and such. Like out here, it's like, even though this is the grandest city in Bossmar, maybe the second grandest if you count Trintham, still this is it's been a backwater until the last couple decades and such. Just it has nothing on the capital. You really should see it. Someone of your stature and culture and inclinations would be much happier
I think we
in
want to go
events.
there. We've heard a lot about it, adventuring there.
Yes, and what I was wanted to tell you and what I had originally invited you out to dinner for is I have an opportunity to accomplish that.
Oh,
I have secured 2 invitations to a grand party by the Archbishop of Felmar of Avency, and I have even heard that the Regent Lord himself will be in attendance.
oh wow.
Now, I must admit, I had to trade in quite a few favors for such a rare opportunity, but I was sure that you'd be more than happy to pay me back for them.
Uh, 1 moment. How many tickets?
Oh, well, you and I, of course.
I do not know if I have the ability to repay favors right now. I would love to go, but I am obligated right now. I owe a debt to this war band. To Abel.
Oh, and what I've heard that you've assisted him so much. How is that debt still unpaid?
Well, I got turned to stone. I don't really remember it, but I would have been a statue for, well, I just would have been a city statue, I think. But I got revived, and then in our fight with a big, not gnoll man, a gnoll centaur, uh, uh, I did start making Galahadran I think doesn't really understand death
Yeah.
um very well. I don't think he considered that a possibility, but he's trying to describe like I was in I was on the ground very, very damaged, very hurt. He had the potions for it. He's always there in the back. He doesn't he always sort of knows what the battle's like, and I kind of take a lot of the blows.
Well, but I'm sure that you helped him in those situations just as much as he helped you. It seems reciprocal. I see no reason for you to be in his debt over such a thing. And even for the stone situation, didn't you assist him with that matter with his family shortly, like recently as well? I can't believe that he would still consider you indebted to him.
Oh, he doesn't. I'm not sure. From the most part, I find that mortals don't seem to understand inherently the concept of debt. No, no. I know that until I can sort of undo a permanent peril twice, I am in debt.
I see. Well then, what can I do to put you in my debt?
Frees me from a basilisk, I suppose. Uh, hmm. This actually comes up a lot. People are always trying to do that. Uh, it's always
I can see
favors.
why you're quite somebody who's so insistent on repaying their debts.
Well, I mean, I have to. Everyone has to. Mm, where I'm
So
from, everyone has
noble.
to.
That's what I like about you. So pure.
Oh, thank you. Galahadran doesn't really know what that means, though.
Nope. So, assuming that your debt is repaid and there's
Mhm.
nothing keeping you with the warband for at least the foreseeable future, what would you say about my deal? Would you be interested? I know that you and Alina expressed wanting to potentially have an audience with the Regent Lord. I dare say this is likely the best chance you're going to get.
Yes, I think I mean, if I had no other debts, then visiting, I mean, Alina wants to, and I said I would. Then yes, I'd go over and see it.
Well,
I think Owen said his country's got boats.
yes, Chorus does have boats.
You take a boat there.
Well, yes,
No,
that's
I took a
not.
boat here. Sort of.
Go ahead. God, just was like a general persuasion, charisma. Yeah, just persuasion.
Persuasion. All right.
Well, I was hoping you'd be a bit more excited, but if you need to think on it, let me know.
Oh, I mean, I don't have to think. I'll know it. I'll know when I need to go, I suppose. Someone will schedule it.
You're really
Don't worry.
missing out on an opportunity here.
Oh, no, I'm not missing out. I mean, eventually. Everyone's got time for pretty much everything.
Well, the party is. The party is on Emperor's Day, So if you could let me know at least a few weeks before that so we can properly book travel.
All right. Emperor's Day.
Alright. And then she sort of turns the topic away from that and more to like small talk, instructs the band to play like a slower song and such. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay. Wow.
I think that as the sort of night goes on, even Galahadran's like oblivious thing is just like, she might be trying to come on to me, and I'm not sure what that's supposed to look like.
No, I know what that looks like. I think Galahadran has that happen so often that he just
Oh yeah, he's the prince, but
he doesn't really think
I think
about it.
you're finally connecting the dots.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta be polite and finish out the dance.
Yeah.
Vampires are very cool. This isn't something I'm saying. The mental calculus on this is hard because I feel like Galahadran is pretty much down to party, but I don't know. It's got, complicated feeling stuff in there that's hard to really articulate. He's not an articulating person, neither am I.
Okay. Well, you notice that she, as the slow song sort of goes on, she is going to try to make a move on you.
What
So,
kind of move?
are you going to accept, rebuff? How harshly
That
are you going to
depends on the
rebuff?
move. That depends on the move. You gotta be specific. That depends.
What is her?
Like a kiss. Like that sort of thing.
Yep. Give me a second. I think that as you were doing a slow dance, she would. Yeah, she. Guys, what would a vampire ambassador during
Well,
a
I can
slow
tell you
waltz?
in a vampire romance novel, they would typically try and nibble on you.
Yeah, I was thinking of like she would start to try and like nibble on your ear or something.
Yeah, that's what they would do.
Yeah.
I think Galahadran's probably gonna try and like deftly. He deftly do anything. I think he's gonna try and twirl her, dance.
During a slow dance?
I'm really good at dancing.
Okay. Uh you are able to do it in a way that's not immediately like awkward or whatnot, but it is abrupt enough that her fangs are like nicks your ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I suppose I should use my words. Galahadran would be better at this than me because he's got a
Yeah.
lot of charisma. So
Yeah,
just
you can just
imagine
describe
translate.
what he would
Yeah,
attempt instead of the actual
translate it
words.
into like smooth talking, but basically he's gonna be like, he's got a lot of hangups and he doesn't he doesn't really know how mortal dating in this place works. Like um he barely understands the basic framework of their government, the map of where people are, and like how people get ruled, the religion, the he doesn't I mean, the buildings and the plants don't make sense. And he does like I feel like he does sense that people seem to be largely like paired up, so that he's met. Like people don't have wild satyr parties here, right? As far as he's seen. And when he
I,
did have the party, you see that like people were definitely not the same about it. You know what I mean? They're probably
I
not
don't
the same about.
understand your socioeconomic structure. How could I possibly be comfortable with dating?
No, no, no. I'm trying to explain that like he's not sure if this is a mistake or not. I guess if he's gonna hurt someone's feelings.
Okay.
By doing he does not know if this would hurt Abel's feelings. Like
Gotcha.
he just doesn't know.
Okay.
So because I mean he's not exactly sure how people work here.
Gotcha.
So
Go ahead and make a DC 15 persuasion check to let her down easy.
wow. I hope she bites me. Here we go. Persuasion.
She is disappointed, but not like offended. She's gonna be like, "Well, it was a lovely evening. Let me know if you change your mind, but I do think I'm going to retire for the night. So you know the way out yourself, right?"
I do. Can I have one of the mask guys show me out?
They're busy, and they put down their weapons and go back to standing still in a corner.
Wow, those are some good servants.
Mm, yeah.
All right. Well, this is awkward. Goodbye.
Yep.
Leaves.
Abel, after you left Tiffany, where did you go?
Probably the embassy.
You are at the door. They are not letting you in because you do not have business there. But as you are like a few minutes into trying to, get yourself in or whatnot, Galahadran does come out.
Ah, there you are, Galahadran.
They've got some weird servants in there.
Oh?
Yeah, they don't dance and they stop moving. They stop moving and stand in a corner.
Um,
It's very odd.
those might be zombies, Galahadran.
Whoa. They had cool masks though.
Oh yeah?
Yes, very like
That'd be cool.
masquerade masks.
Okay, that's good. And how was what did you and Rebecca talk about?
Oh, she wanted to invite us to a party. It's on Emperor's Day.
Abel, you would know that is the 5th of Rian, and it's not really celebrated outside of Avency itself, but you do know it's just part of the historic calendar.
Okay. Just a private celebration here?
No, in Avency.
Oh, she wanted to take you to Avency.
That's right. And we danced. I think she was hitting on me.
Oh,
And he would say that in whatever
yeah. The smooth,
it's
smoothing
the
it over,
language,
yeah.
the language barrier here.
Mhm. You know, it's funny. Tiffany also had expressed some interest.
I spun the bottle and it landed on her. You said that we shouldn't spin the bottle. I just want you to know I spun the bottle and it landed on her.
On Tiffany?
That's right.
Well,
I counted and I included Marrow, but not the other ones.
okay. Well,
Nobody was really playing though.
yeah, I mean, I'd play with you. Just the two of us.
Really how spin the bottle works. Is that how you play spin the bottle here?
No, but that was really more of a, an excuse. Because if there's only the two of us playing, then what does that leave?
Surprise players. The walls?
The walls.
The walls. Surprise players. People hiding in the walls.
Do you kiss the walls in summer?
No, we don't kiss the walls. We have a lot of people in the room when we play kiss the bottle. The crowd would never point at a wall.
You know, I'm realizing now, I don't know what the norms are like in summer.
Shall I compare thee to a summer satyr? I gotta kiss you a poem. He's had a lot of wine. There you go.
Uh-huh. So like, do you have romance dating in summer?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Romance and dating, yeah.
We should go out on a date.
Alright. Well, typically, we would have chaperones. But I don't really know what to do without the chaperones, and someone else plans it for me.
It sounds like you You've gotten along pretty well without chaperones.
Oh yeah, I mean during a very busy party, if you just leave, I mean that's not a date though. You asked about dating and
Yeah.
romance.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Uh, I like seeing the sights.
Well, we should go see the sights together then.
Be a good date.
Well, I mean,
I was hoping you would duel Rebecca or maybe Owen though with a sword.
oh, with a sword.
With a sword. Swords are cool.
They sure are.
Hmm. There's a lot of sword dueling over romance where I'm from. A lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Is it you normally sword duel like people you don't like, people you like? Like how does that work?
Both. Both. All
You're
of
sword
it. Yes.
dueling everybody.
Pretty much.
Should we sword duel?
We could. I could spar with you. Yes. But you've don't you have a rapier?
I have my yeah, dueling dagger.
Okay, well, it's a blunt. I mean, it's blunted,
Yeah. It
so
still seems to hit pretty hard.
it does hit pretty hard. But yeah, we could. You and Eileen a duel.
That's
Spar.
true, but that's more like, you know, actual practice as opposed to like flirting.
Hmm.
But you have non-flirty sword duels?
Oh, sometimes I have an instructor.
Okay, yeah, so duels with them is not like a, yeah, it's like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's nothing between me and Eilena like that.
Poor Meryl, we left her alone.
We forgot Barrow. Right, first
Pharaoh's a strong, independent dog.
Barrow's a strong, independent dog.
Don't need no leash.
What time is it? It's pretty late at this point, isn't it?
It is probably at this point it's probably like 11 or so. It's rest day, so
Yeah.
the people have work and duties and stuff tomorrow, so it's quieted down. It's usually the evenings of set day are the more lively ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you guys anything else you guys want to do for the evening, or are you just going to return to your quarters?
I want a sword fight.
Yeah, we're gonna sword fight.
All
What do I
right.
roll to see if I win?
Yeah. There's training. There's a little like training grounds that you guys have access to back at the Royal Barracks. Go ahead and just make weapon attacks or athletic. Yeah, athletics. You can make athletics.
Can I use acrobatics?
Sure.
Since I use finesse weapons.
Do a backflip.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get inside Galahadran's guard and get up real close to him with my little knife at his neck.
Oh wow, that's a sexy sword fight.
Exactly, yes. And then fade to
You
black.
demand a
Dim to
kiss.
kiss.
Yeah, you can
Demand to kiss, fade
you
to
can
black,
fade
that
to
kind of
black.
thing.
Certainly can. Yeah. Fade to black. There we go. And I think that we are good to end it on that.
Oh, I've drawn so many faces today, and only one is really good.